Hey everybody, this is Peter with Cooking with Peter. Today I have a really special show for you as we're bringing in a very special friend of mine, and he's a wonderful Italian food cook. He's been cooking for decades, and his name is Dr. Leonard Muscolino, one of the best Italian cooks I know. You won't want to miss this one, so we'll be right back. Well, my friends, today you are so fortunate that you're going to be able to see one of the best Italian-American cooks I know prepare a fantastic meal, and it's going to go through all the instructions for you step by step. So Leonard, why don't you come in, and I want to introduce my great friend, Dr. Leonard Muscolino. And Leonard and I have been friends for decades, and as a matter of fact, he was at my 25th birthday party, which was like, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago, something like that. Beyond that, he's been cooking with me and cooking with my family for decades. I've been very privileged to be a part of his family for more than 30 years. So Leonard, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Thank you for having me. I appreciate that. My name is Leonard Muscolino, and I am actually a home cook, meaning I learned cooking from my grandmother and my mother. This is all from them, and yes, I've been doing this for a couple of decades now, so I hope you enjoy it.
I think you also have another little side hobby, which is baking. We're not going to be getting into that today, but you make some of the best desserts, cakes, cookies I've ever had, and of course, as you can tell, I've had more than a few, so we're very lucky to have that. All right, so we're going to come back and go through the ingredients with you, and just give us a minute and we'll be right back. Okay, Leonard, why don't you go through the ingredients you're going to be using today and tell the people the different things.
Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to use some extra virgin olive oil. We don't need to have the best. We're not eating it, we're cooking with it. Next thing we're going to do is have some Italian sausage. We're going to be using the sweet variety. You can also use the hot variety depending on your taste.
And I could do a mix of the two.
Or you could do a mix of the two. I generally do the sweet because I want to control the pepper. I want to control the spiciness
that makes sense.
of the meal. We are going to use some garlic, about 5 or 6 cloves. We're going to use some salt, some red pepper flakes, some anchovies. These are really convenient. We'll show you that a little later. We're going to be using the Reggiano Parmigiano and the broccoli, of course, steamed broccoli, and the pasta, the Orecchiette.
Very good. Well, I've had this dish with Leonard many times, and it's always one of our family's favorites. So I'm excited for him to show us all step by step how he's going to do this. So we'll be right back, and Leonard will get started. Okay, Leonard, I know that you have prepared some items already, and you've kind of getting ahead of the game, so to speak, because some of these things need a little more time. So why don't you tell us what you've already done and how you've done that?
Okay, I am using bold garlic. So what I'm doing is taking about 5 or 6 of the cloves, chopping them up, putting them in the pan with the olive oil. Reason why I do that first is because I want the oil to get infused with the flavor of the garlic. So it gives a little bit more of an intense flavor. It doesn't lose as much when you're mixing all the ingredients with it. Next thing, I have already steamed some broccoli, and what I do is I buy it from Costco. They're in pound bags. I actually use 3 bags, steam it in the microwave, and this is the end product. And I use some Italian sausage. I said 3, 4 links, whatever you'd like. You could put as much or as little or leave it out altogether to make it vegetarian. And the links are about this size. I cut them up into this little 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch piece. And what I do to prepare this is I freeze this a little bit. It makes it a whole lot easier to slice them and get some nice, neat slices as opposed to getting the meat all over. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut up the sausage, and I've got a couple of pieces over here to show you. That's all I'm doing. I'm not measuring. When we finish this, then we'll put this in the frying pan and get it brown, and then we'll kind of go from there. All right, and first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of oil in here. Get that nice and hot. and then we'll add the sausage. Okay, and we're gonna brown that on all sides, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, we're all set. We've got our sausage browned. So what I'll do is take it from here. We'll put it in our pan, our dish, excuse me, out of the pan. Remember, we do want to cook it. It's not going to have a long time to cook with the broccoli, so make sure that this is cooked. You don't want people eating raw pork. Okay. Let's put that there for a second. We're going to move this over here. What we're going to do is we are going to add the rest of this oil to the garlic because it has a tremendous amount of flavor. We don't want to leave that out. Okay, and we're going to add our red pepper flakes and our salt and our lovely anchovies. This particular anchovy, that's how it's packaged. Very, very convenient, very, very easy to take out and to use. So we're going to take a couple of them out, put them in our pan. We'll save those for another thing. And we'll go back to, let me get a rag here, and we'll go back to the stove and we'll brown all of this and melt these anchovies. Okay, now we're going to let our oil get hot to start this process. Now keep in mind, you know, we are using anchovies, but you're not going to taste fish. The reason why the anchovies are here is to give us a little bit more of that umami flavor. You don't even have to tell your guests this if you cook it for somebody, and surprise them or don't tell them anything. They'll appreciate the flavor. Okay, and remember, I did talk about this being optional. The anchovies, also the sausage, to make it vegetarian, and even if you get gluten-free pasta, you could make it gluten-free for yourself or for some of your friends that are gluten intolerant or don't eat meat. So versatility is the case here. Make it your own. And see how those anchovies are just melting away? As soon as we get rid of all of that anchovy, then we'll add the broccoli. Okay, I think we're ready. Let's get the broccoli. Okay, let's put it in. Try not to splash. The oil is very hot. There we go. And now we're going to bring our sausage back and also add that. Very pretty presentation. Now let's mix it up a little bit. And we're going to add a half cup of water. And lid comes on, and we're going to let that steam a little bit.
Leonard, I don't know about everybody else here, but I certainly have learned a lot about the cooking process of this great dish so far. Now we're going to move on to the next step, which is cooking the orecchiette pasta, and that term in Italian means little ears, and that's what the pasta is called, orecchiette. So I think you have the water and the salt going behind this, so let's go ahead and start the pasta.
Okay, so important thing, put salt in your pasta water a lot. It's supposed to be like seawater, okay? Don't put oil. If you put oil, it sticks to the pasta and then it doesn't pick up the flavor and hold the broccoli. Okay, so let's put that in. And we want to bring it back up to boil. And then we'll stir that around a little bit, and we will cook it according to package instructions minus about 1 minute because we want it al dente. Should taste perfect.
Guys, we're so lucky that Leonard has been showing us how to cook and prepare step by step this fantastic Italian dish. And now he's cooked the pasta, drained the pasta, and now he's ready to start putting it all together for us. So Leonard,
Great.
tell us the next step.
Okay, here we have the pasta all drained. We're gonna just put it in there like that and mix it up a little bit.
Can I go ahead and get my fork now?
Yes,
Because it looks great.
I think we should all get our fork.
I think we should. It looks fantastic.
Okay, crowning glory. Let's get some of this Reggiano Parmigiano and grate it right on top.
Now this is an aged cheese, correct, Leonard?
Correct. It's about 24 months.
2 years, yeah, 24 months. And you bought that, I think, at Costco.
Yes,
They can
it's-
buy it at most places, but Costco always has a good price, and
It has a good price and it's remarkably good.
I think they have a direct connect of where to get it. So
Yes, you could see sometimes they bring the wheels in and they actually cut it right there,
oh, that's great.
which is fantastic.
And you've
Yeah.
actually been to Parma, where they actually make the cheese.
Yes, fantastic. What a process.
And I think you saw thousands and thousands of wheels being
Yes.
ready to.
Right on the shelves. It's from ceiling to floor. It's awe-inspiring.
Wow,
Okay, I think we got enough there.
great.
And let's mix it up. Let that heat melt the Parmesan.
Oh, that looks fantastic. And Leonard, you've been over to Italy several times, as I have, and I always got to say, I think we do Italian food better over here than they actually do in Italy, at least for the American taste anyway.
Interestingly enough, when they come over here and taste our Italian food, they're really turned off by it.
Right, because
They
think
don't
it has,
use as much garlic.
they don't have as much garlic, and if you're in Florence, you know, they don't use any salt in the breads, which we find very flat.
Yes.
So it makes it all very interesting. Here's some other things you could be serving with this dish. We have a beautiful caprese salad with tomatoes and sliced mozzarella, basil, some aged balsamic vinegar, and some great olive oil. And here we have a ciabatta bread right through here. And then this will be our dinner tonight. Lucky us, right? So Leonard, why don't you also tell us about this cheese bag, because I did not know about this, and I think it's very interesting.
How do you store cheese? Okay. All different thoughts on it. Saran wrap, plastic wrap, wax paper. But what I found that works the best is a cheese bag. Okay? Purpose of this is to put the cheese in and to allow it to breathe and not dry out at the same time. Now, I got these at Fry's, which is a Kroger affiliate. You could see that, or you could even order online. Amazon has them, cheese bags.
Great, that's
So-
a great idea.
And all we do is take this when we're done with it, put it in here, curl up the side, and into the refrigerator it goes.
And it will last longer using the cheese bag than
Correct.
it would if we didn't do that.
It will be fresher.
more fresh.
Yes.
Yeah, very good.
Parmesan never gets bad.
Right, ever. That's why they have it aging for years and years sometimes. So again, I want to show you this beautiful dinner that Leonard has made for us so graciously. Showed you step by step how to do this, and we hope we'll be doing many more videos with Leonard in the future. So I want to thank you all for watching the video today. Please do us a favor and subscribe to the video so that more and more people can see it. It really helps us out. And do us a favor, leave a comment down below and tell us where you're watching the videos from. And then we'll give you a shout out if you'll do that on some of our next videos. Thank you very much for watching the video, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you for
Leonard,
having me. I
thank you so
appreciate
much.
it.
All right, we'll talk to you soon. Thank you.